Good evening and welcome to the national news broadcast on Channel I. As we've completed 38 years in excellence of Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation, here we bring you the stories from home and around the world. I'm Natalia Veeravardhana.
I'm Owen Hettiarachchi and here are today's headlines. The Sri Lankan government objects to the American ban on the army commander. The president reiterates that business opportunities in the country will have to be expanded to investors, overcoming bureaucracy. The national television gallantly celebrates its 38th anniversary. Europe reports its first coronavirus death.
And now on the top story, the government of Sri Lanka says that it strongly objects the travel ban in the US imposed against Acting Chief of Staff of Defence Forces and Army Commander Lieutenant General Shavendra Silva and members of his family. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs issuing a communique says that an inquiry by a foreign state on the appointment of a person with specialist knowledge to the security sector is an incident of that breaches expectations. The US government has decided yesterday to enact a 6-month travel restriction on Army Commander. This fact has been stated in the Twitter account of US Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs, responding to the decision, says that Shavendra Silva was appointed to the post of Army Commander by the former head of state. His selection was based on his seniority. The government further points out that none of the charges against the Army Commander over violation of human rights could not be proven. He was appointed as Acting Chief of Staff of Defence Forces by President Gotabaya Rajapaksa in consideration of his seniority. The Sri Lankan government also requests to look into the confidentiality and the accuracy of the relevant information sources. The media release of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs also requests to re-evaluate the relevant decision. Minister Dinesh Gunawardena said that they have sent a message expressing their displeasure over the issuance of such a communique by the United States. The minister further said that the US ambassador in Sri Lanka has been summoned to be present at the Foreign Ministry tomorrow to discuss on the issue. The minister also said that any country has the right to criticize them in a friendly manner. He also said that they hope to resolve such problems in friendship.
Congress of Representatives of the United States say that there are possibilities to establish a strong relationship between Sri Lanka and the US. They made these remarks at a discussion with Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa. US Congress members Amy Bira and George Holdings have met Prime Minister in Colombo this morning. The Prime Minister has pointed out on this occasion that a main objective of the government is economic development. He has also requested the Congress members to encourage American investment. The American representatives have pointed out that on occasion, the conflicts with many sectors could be strengthened through economic relations. US Ambassador in Sri Lanka, Elania B. Teplitz, has also been in attendance. Chairman of Entrepreneur and Investment Council of the Commonwealth Council, Lord Marlan, has also conducted talks with Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa today.
President Gotabaya Rajapaksa reiterates that opportunities for new businesses should be expanded for local and foreign investors by overcoming unnecessary bureaucracy and stringent legislation. Extensive relief should be provided to the legal sector in this connection. The President made these remarks addressing the National Law Conference 2020 in Negombo yesterday. The theme of this year's annual seminar organized by the Bar Association of Sri Lanka was a vision, challenges and opportunities in Sri Lanka Financial and Commercial Centre.
The perfect legal system law conference 2020.
At a time we are realigning our strategies to reach goals that would ensure prosperity for our people. As the country's president, I'm indeed happy to share my vision with you at this important conference. The theme of your conference, Sri Lanka Financial and Commercial Hub, Vistas, Challenges and Opportunities, is particularly relevant considering the journey we must develop as a nation together. The challenges we face today concerns the acceleration of our economic development. Almost all the significant issues that our people have to face today stem from the lack of significant economic growth in our country. Primary focus of my government is to rapidly develop the country, eradicate poverty, and uplift the standard of living of all our people. There are significant opportunities that Sri Lanka can exploit in today's context to achieve the rapid development we expect. The 21st century is widely acknowledged as the knowledge century. New technologies and innovations are now changing the way the world works at an increasingly rapid pace. Technological advances in areas such as artificial intelligence, big data, robotics, 3D printing, bioengineering, the Internet of Things and nanotechnology are poised to bring about sweeping transformation across global commerce and industries. Sri Lanka must not be left behind with these changes. We must instead strive to make use of the opportunities these changes will provide in our quest for rapid economic development.
The President was presented with a publication titled National Law Conference 2020 on this occasion.
Japanese ambassador to Sri Lanka, Akira Sugiyama, has visited the building complex of the Faculty of Dental Sciences of the Dental Hospital teaching at the University of Peradeniya, built with the support of Japan's grant aid. The dental school, which was constructed in 1988 at a cost of 1.2 billion rupees through a grant of the government of Japan, the grant included construction of a physical faculties and the provision of modern equipment needed for teaching, patient care, student facilities and research. Ambassador Sugiyama has also called on the Central Province Governor Lalit U. Gamage at his office.
Japanese government assistance programs for the central province, including, of course, Kandy area. I'd like to hold a seminar to introduce to the student here in Kandy the opportunity to study in Japan. And I hope many excellent Sri Lankan students will come to Japan to pursue academic studies in Japan. New project, but we are planning to complete the project for wastewater management in Kandy city. And also we are planning to provide the equipment and facilities to the Kandy Teaching Hospital.
Our main news bulletin last night has highlighted on a sand racket being carried out in the Nilgala Protectorate in Bibile. It has been reported that the Ratugala indigenous leader who has given the relevant information was assaulted by an unknown group last night. It has also been reported that the attack has been carried out by a coordinating secretary of a minister of a previous government. The injured indigenous leader is receiving treatment at the Bibile Base Hospital. The news item has focused on the environmental damages caused as a result of sand excavation in one of the major protectorate, the Nilgala forest. The unauthorized sand mining is being carried out in the Rambakanoya, which flows in between the Nilgala protectorate, which is filled with many precious trees, including trees of medicinal importance. Due to the dumping of sand along the banks of the waterway, many valuable plants have also been destroyed. The Ratugala indigenous leader told the national television that he was assaulted after the telecast of the news over the national television. His bodily organs were reported to have been affected due to the attack. The Ingeniagala police station says that nobody has yet been taken to custody regarding the assault.
President Gotabaya Rajapaksa has taken measures yesterday to set up a National Salaries Commission. The objective is to advise and assist the government in the formulation and implementation of a National Salaries Commission. The relevant Gazette notification was released midnight yesterday. With the introduction of the new measures, the National Salaries and Workers Commission, which was carried forward through several revisions from time to time, including those made on the 18th of March, will become abolished. The main task entrusted to the Commission is to maintain continuous sustainability in the salaries and wages of both government and private sectors. The Commission is empowered to coordinate all salary structures in these two sectors to suit the needs of the procurement of labour requirements. The Commission, comprising of 15 members, is headed by Upali Vijayveera.
The Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation, which has unfailingly fulfilled its national duty for 4 decades, celebrates its 38th anniversary today. The service being rendered by the national television by bringing Sri Lankan identity to the world has been subjected to the immense appreciation of the people today as well as in the past. Telecasts of the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation, which was established on an Act of Parliament, commenced on 15th February 1982. This was a donation from the Japanese government. Becoming the pioneer in this country's field of television, it was National Rupavahini that introduced a high standard and artistic perfection for that purpose. The Rupavahini Corporation continuously dedicates itself to fulfilling all responsibilities assigned on behalf of social progression without failing as the official electronic media of Sri Lanka. The Rupavahini Corporation owns 3 program channels, namely National Rupavahini, Channel I and Netra, for top-level entertainment on behalf of hundreds of thousands of viewers. Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation, which produces programs in the 3 languages, Sinhala, Tamil and English, is the pioneer in specially national and international live telecasts and is outstanding as the leader. National Television has embarked on a significant mission with aspiration of strengthening the mutual respect, cooperation and trust among all communities to ensure the reconciliation process in the country. National Rupavahini is the broadcaster with the most coverage zones in the island. The most valuable resource, the institution, which consists of modern technology, possesses the staff, including creative producers with inherent skills. Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation, which has been rewarded with many local and foreign awards, gives weaves today as well as then the meaningful programs following changing society but without hindering culture and tradition, and is engaged in a successful journey forwards. That is by fulfilling all national responsibilities without fail, and religious rites were conducted on behalf of the 38th anniversary of Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation yesterday. The religious rites were carried out by the Mahasangha, headed by Chief Sanghanayaka of Colombo, Navakorale and Navatotamuna, and Chief Incumbent of Sri Jayawardhanaramaya Kotte, Venerable Devahande Sri Panyasekara Thera. Minister Bandula Gunawardena, Director General of Government Information Department Nalaka Kalueva, Chairman of the LRC Dr. Nihal Jayatilaka, and Director General of Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation Ajit Naragala were present at the occasion. An almsgiving to the Mahasangha was conducted this morning. Chief Incumbent of the Abhayaramaya Narayanpita, Venerable Muruthettuwe Anandathera, has also attended the event.
පූජ්‍ය මුරුත්තෙට්ටුවේ ආනන්ද ස්වාමීන් වහන්සේ ඇතුළු මහා සංඝරත්නය මීට වැඩම කර සිටියා.
The national television has always fulfilled its responsibilities in places of happiness as well as in places of sorrow and danger. This report is about a group of national television officials who have committed themselves to fulfill their noble goals. A 7-member national television crew were engaged in duty in Jaffna with the objective of commencing a television telecast in the north. It was after 7:15 p.m. on 5th of October 1987, and the location was Vasavilan Palali, Jaffna. The team was returning in a vehicle after dropping one of their comrade officials at his home in Jaffna following completion of day's duties. However, unexpectedly, they had come across an attack of the LTT terrorists, and 4 of the passengers in the van never returned. The national television remembers the fallen heroes with gratitude today.
General Secretary of the United National Party, Akhila Viraj Karyavazam, says that the party may contest the forthcoming general election either through the elephant symbol or the swan symbol. The legal committee of the party was entrusted with the task yesterday to look into the possibility of the UNP contesting under the elephant symbol. It has also been reported that the opinion of the legal committee is that there is no room in the UNP charter to hand over the elephant symbol to any other alliance accordingly, and that there is more likelihood of the alliance contesting under the swan symbol in the next general election. The opinion of the legal committee is scheduled to be conveyed to a 10-member committee appointed to take a decision pertaining to the election symbol on next Monday. 5 representatives, each from Ranil Wickramasinghe and Sajid Premadasa, have been appointed to the committee. It is expected that the decision of the 10-member committee is scheduled to be presented to the UNP Working Committee on Wednesday. However, a special feature of yesterday's meeting was not making any reference to the heart symbol. Meanwhile, leader of the Sri Lanka Muslim Congress, Rauf Hakim, has commented on the crisis of the UNP at a meeting in Kandy today. And now on the coronavirus. A Chinese tourist has died in France after contracting the new coronavirus, the first fatality from the disease outside Asia. The victim was an 80-year-old man from China's Hubei province, and according to French Health Minister Agnès Buzyn. He arrived in France on 16th January and was placed in quarantine in hospital in Paris on 25th January, she said. Only 3 deaths had previously been reported outside mainland China in Hong Kong, the Philippines and Japan. However, more than 1,500 people have died from the virus within China, mostly in Hubei where it first emerged. The virus within China, mostly in Hubei where it first emerged, a further 2,641 people have been newly confirmed as infected, bringing the China's total to 66,492. In late January, France became the first European country to confirm cases of the virus. It has had 11 confirmed cases of the disease and officially called COVID-19. 6 people remain in hospital, and the deceased man had been a critical condition in the Béchat hospital in northern Paris, and the health minister said. He died of a lung infection due to the coronavirus. The man's 50-year-old daughter is among the 6 in hospital with the virus, but she is recovering. The other 5 are British nationals who caught the virus at a chalet in this ski resort on the contaminant. And now more local stories for you. It has been reported that the number of foreign tourist arrivals in the historic Kandy city has gone up. And the tourists say that the enchanting natural beauty as well as the existing security situation have specially enabled them to visit Sri Lanka.
It is the temple of the sacred tooth.
Buddham Saranam Gacchami.
Tourist arrivals in the country have not been depleted despite the prevalence of coronavirus disease in some parts of the world. Our correspondents say that tourists were engaged in numerous cultural activities in the country and engaged in friendly discussions with the local population.
Kiss again, kiss again, kiss again.
The people are very, very beautiful. It's very different. And the temple is amazing. And all the people have been very, very kind.
We are from Germany and we are the first time in Sri Lanka. It's a really beautiful island and we enjoy a lot of different things, culture, nature, all the animals, nice people here, very friendly, and now we saw the culture.
I'm very happy to be here. It's a very nice place. Sunny, quiet, people very nice. I'm waiting a long time before to come here. It's a very, very nice place. Everything is right. It's like paradise.
Sri Lanka is a very, very, very famous country. Yes. I love it. I sing, I come back with my parents because it's very beautiful. People are very nice.
Amazing.
Amazing.
It's a very, very nice country.
We are with our Hungarian group. It's the first time for me to be in Sri Lanka. It's a very nice country with miraculous nature, and it's a very safe country. The religion and the buildings, the nature is wonderful.
Beautiful country, beautiful people.
The National Stroke Day falls today in Sri Lanka, and this day has been declared as a special day to enlighten the general public on the stroke disease. The disease originates due to destabilization of blood supply to one part of the brain. The number of stroke patients reported worldwide annually exceeds 18 million. Out of this number, around 6 million die annually. Health sources say 1 in 6 persons in the world has the propensity to be afflicted with the disease. The highest number of stroke patients are being reported from developing countries. In Sri Lanka, this is the third biggest killer disease. Stroke is a major cause for sudden death as well as for temporary and permanent disability. The disease characteristics are sudden headaches, decline in visibility, difficulties in swallowing, walking difficulties and dizziness. In addition, symptoms such as changes in equilibrium, feeling of internets in one part of the body and changes in sensitivity. Most likely victims of the disease are males, amounting to 57% above the age of 60 years. A program to enlighten the general public on the disease was conducted at the Health Promotion Bureau recently. Specialist physician Padma Gunaratna said on this occasion that facilities available in Sri Lanka hospitals to treat stroke patients are inadequate.
That's it for tonight's English News Update. Thank you for joining us. Do join us next time. Good night.
Good night.